I was 68 years old when I found out my wife had been seeing someone else. Her name was Linda. We had been married for 32 years. 32. I still remember the day I met her. It was 1979 and I had just come back from serving in the Navy. She was a waitress at a local diner and I was a regular with a big appetite and too many stories to tell. Linda had these kind eyes, the type that made you feel safe, understood, like home. We weren't rich. We never had fancy cars or vacation homes. But we had something better. We had each other. At least I thought we did. We raised 2 boys. I worked in construction. She stayed home until the kids were older, then took a job at a bookstore downtown. We had a rhythm. Dinners at 6, church on Sundays, small arguments over coffee strength or laundry loads. I thought I knew everything about her. Her favourite songs, the way she liked her toast, the laugh she did when she was trying not to laugh. I really thought we were forever. But forever turned out to be shorter than I imagined. It started with small things. Linda began staying late at the bookstore more often. Said they were doing inventory or training new staff. I didn't think much of it. After all, we trusted each other. There then came the silence, the dinners where she barely spoke, the phone she always kept face down, the strange texts at night that she'd brush off as wrong numbers. I asked her once, gently, if everything was okay. She smiled, touched my hand, and said, "Of course, sweetheart, just tired." But her eyes didn't smile with her lips. One night, I couldn't sleep. Something inside me felt off. So I got up, walked into the living room, and saw her phone buzzing on the coffee table. I know I shouldn't have, but I looked. The message read, "I miss you already. Last night was perfect." My heart stopped. I stood there, holding her phone like it was a grenade. For a full minute, I couldn't breathe. She walked in, saw me, and froze. I didn't yell. I didn't scream. I just asked, "Who is he?" She sat down, like her knees had given out. "His name's Mark," she whispered. "It's been going on for 6 months. 6 months, while I was cooking her dinner, while we were watching our grandkids, while I was buying her flowers every other Friday. My whole world cracked open." I didn't say anything for a long time. I just sat there numb. She tried to explain, said she felt invisible, that I stopped noticing her years ago, said Mark made her feel alive again. I asked, "Did you love him?" She didn't answer. That told me everything. For the next few weeks we lived like ghosts in the same house. I slept in the guest room, she stayed in the bedroom. We avoided each other like strangers. I didn't tell the kids, not yet. I didn't want to ruin their image of their mother. Maybe part of me still hoped she'd change her mind. But then, one morning I found a suitcase by the door. "I'm leaving, Richard," she said softly. "Mark has a place. I'm going to stay with him." She didn't cry. I didn't either. I just watched the door close behind her. 32 years. Gone. Just like that. The house felt bigger without her, colder. I kept looking at her empty chair at the table. Her toothbrush still sat in the bathroom for weeks. I couldn't throw it away. I started walking every morning, 5 miles, sometimes more, just to clear my head. Sometimes I cried on those walks. I'm not ashamed of that. People talk about heartbreak like it's a metaphor. It's not. It's a real physical pain. In your chest, your gut, your bones. I saw Mark once at the grocery store. He was younger, taller, nice suit. He nodded at me like he was sorry. I didn't nod back. My sons eventually found out. They were angry, at her mostly. I told them not to hate their mother. They tried, but it wasn't easy. Holidays were the worst. Thanksgiving, Christmas, she wasn't there, but neither was the woman I remembered. About a year after she left, I got a letter. A real one. In the mail. It was from Linda. She said things didn't work out with Mark, that it all moved too fast, that he wasn't who she thought he was. She wrote, "I made a terrible mistake, Richard. I see that now. I was selfish. I was scared. But I never stopped loving you." She asked if we could meet, just to talk. I sat with that letter for hours, read it 5, 6, 7 times. I thought about the decades we spent together, the good and the bad. I agreed. We met at the same diner where we first saw each other. She looked older. So did I. Her eyes were tired but soft. She apologized, really apologized, said she didn't expect forgiveness, just wanted me to know the truth. I listened. I didn't say much. Then I asked her something I hadn't asked in over a year. "How have you been sleeping?" She smiled, tears in her eyes. "Not well," she said. We didn't get back together, not fully, but we started talking more. Phone calls, occasional walks, holidays with the boys. She never asked to move back in, and I never offered. But slowly, piece by piece, the bitterness faded. I don't know if I ever fully forgave her, but I know this. I didn't want to spend the rest of my life angry. Life's too short for that. Linda passed away 2 years ago, cancer, fast and cruel. I was by her side when she left, held her hand. In the end she looked at me and said, "Thank you, Richard, for giving me one last chance to be part of your life. I said you always were." I still sit on our porch some nights, looking at the stars. I don't hate her. I don't even resent her. I remember the good more than the bad, and I think maybe that's what love is in the end, holding on, even after it breaks.